right. So data topic. So basically, when we talk about data, it's a Darwin's information typing architecture that we talk about. And it is basically for performing the structured content process. So whenever we talk about the structured data, we have to use the concept of data to structure them. So we also saw some of the videos wherein your own Microsoft Word file can be converted into a structured form. So basically in data, we create topics. So we don't go ahead and make an entire document. Rather than that, we make small blocks. Okay, and those blocks are called as topics. So there are three types of topics. One is your concept. So one is your concept topic. Then you have the reference topic. And then you have the task topic. Okay. Now, basically, when we talk about the topics, the concept topic means the basic introduction of the product. Okay. So, for example, we are talking about the video talks about a bottle, water bottle. So, when we are talking about the background information about that product, that is just for 1 or 2 lines, the introductory lines, the overview, that is under concept topic. Okay. After you have given a brief introduction, you kind of give the technical specifications, the references. That's called the reference topic. That means the entire detailed description of the product. So, for example, if we are talking about a bottle, it is which color, what dimension, how many liters water can come inside that liquid, right? And what are the parts of the bottle. So all that will be covered under reference topic. So normally the reference topic will have a lot of tables and the infographics, because it is talking about the entire product, right? Now, after that, we talk about the task topic. That means only when you have a kind of step-by-step process or a procedure, then we include task topic. Okay, so if I have a step-by-step procedure to how to work, right? So how to answer is given in your task topic. Okay, and if you talk about what in detail, so if you talk about the question what in detail, that will be covered under reference topic, and only the introductory part of what will be covered under this one concept. Okay, so this is how we go ahead and work on the structured topic. Okay. Okay. Now, when we talked about the tool, we also talked about the kind of how we create the topics. Okay, so every tool have their own interface, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if you do it in XML Oxygen editor, or you do it through Easy Data, or you do it through Adobe FrameMaker, all these tools are used for creating all these topics. Now, once these 3 topics are created, what is the next step? So then we cover the data map. That means once you are done with all the topics, you kind of create a hierarchy or a tree structure, you can say. So that's called a data map. So all the data topics are converted into a hierarchical structure. That's called data map. Now, for example, if we talk about your Word document, so what do you do? How do you create the hierarchy? We actually work on the same document. We try to give the headings, right? So we give heading 1, and then if there is anything under that or a subheading, then we make it heading 2, right? So all that styling we do in the same document. But here what we will be doing, we'll be creating several different topics, and then we'll try to merge them into a one data map. Okay. Now, why we are doing it? What is the main purpose of this? To reuse the content. So if you want to reuse the content, what simple steps could be that you can take one topic from any of the files. Suppose you want only that particular topic, so you can just use that and use it in your new file. So that's why we create it in blocks, so that you can actually take one block and create your own document if you want. Now, if the changes have to be made, that will be made globally. So if suppose you want some changes, you can edit the main file, and then all the files that are connected with it, that are linked with it, will automatically be updated. So this is the advantage of using data concept. the structured content. So we we did the step-by-step process. So once we created all the topics, then we created a data map. Now, once your data map is created, you can finally get it published. Okay, so you can publish it in any of the forms, whether you want it in a PDF form or you want it in a a website content. So that's how the entire thing works. So we'll go ahead and see one of the videos again for the reuse of the content. So we have already seen the videos for creating the content, for creating the data topics, right? So there are certain ways to do it that you will understand once you go through the video. Now, I think reuse of the content was left, so that I will play here. And we also saw that how you can review the content, remember? Now let's see, after we assemble the content, we make the data map, we review the content. Did we see how to publish the content? All right, so first we will see how to publish the content and then we will see how to reuse it, okay? So let me play this for you. Now this is easy data. That this is the tool's name. Earlier in the last class, we have seen different ways of creating the content. Now we are seeing how to publish them. Okay, so I'm playing this. You can just understand from the video.
Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to walk through how to create a publishing scenario using the EasyData PDF generator. We'll use a few basic examples to show how anyone can make changes to the PDF styling with just a little bit of CSS. With Data content, the styling is applied at publishing. This means that rather than writers spending time formatting each document for each output, the publishing scenario is set up once and then automatically applied on output to all future published documents. This saves an incredible amount of time, and it ensures that there's a consistent look and feel to all the published documents. Now let's design a publishing scenario. In EasyData, from the dashboard, there's a list of tools on the left-hand side. Select PDF Generator and click New Scenario. Now enter a scenario name. You can select a template. The PDF generator comes standard with a handful of base templates that you can start from, but for now we'll leave this as default. Now we'll save our scenario to a folder. Click Select. From the scenario configuration screen, we can change the name of our scenario, the save location, and the design. The PDF generator uses HTML for the cover page and CSS markup to style both the PDF and the web content. Before we style our scenario, we will select a map and use that for previewing. We recommend that organizations create a test map and fill it with all of their standard and unique elements. This test map is a fast way to ensure that scenarios work well with all of the organization's content. Now that we have our map selected, we can begin to adjust the styling. We're going to start by changing the font that's used in the PDF. First, let me change the heading font to Open Sans, which is our company standard. Next, we'll update our titles to the Jurassic shade of blue and make them all caps. Now let's actually make all of our typeface Open Sans. You'll see in the CSS editor that if I click on the color, I can actually select the color or change between RGB, HSL, or hex code for colors and manually type them in. Next, we want the first word in the note element to be bold. So let's switch over to the HTML view and find the span class for notes. Here we have the span class. So now we can go to the CSS editor and add this little bit of code to change the font weight. You can change it to bold, or if you want to be exact, you can type in the value. Now for one final example, I'm going to make some changes to the look of the table of contents. First, we're going to remove the bullets and add some spacing to the margins at the top of the table. Now, we'll add some dashes in between the text and the page number. On second thought, let's change those to periods. Now let's add a title above the table of contents. All right, those are some quick changes that anyone can make to their PDF document. So we'll save the scenario by clicking Save in the top left. Now we have a new scenario that you can publish to any map. If you would like to use the examples that were featured in this video, you can check out the description of the video. Now that we have the scenario saved, we can navigate to a map that we want to publish to a PDF. On the left side, we see our saved scenario. Like I mentioned earlier, EasyDita comes standard with a handful of created scenarios. Users can use these as a starting point for developing their own PDF style. With EasyDita, publishing custom PDFs is easier than ever. The PDF generator comes standard with every EasyDita subscription tier. If you'd like to learn more about the exciting possibilities.
Okay, so did we kind of get a hint how to publish the entire document? Yes, people? Okay, now just have a look on the screen. Can you see the screen where you see .data map? Now see, whatever files you see by the name .data map, that means this entire is a hierarchical structure. Okay, now when you click on this, it will have its own tree structure. That means it's a, you can say that it's a kind of one topic with all the subheadings. All right. Again, same thing, integrated admin, like you see on the screen. All these are within itself a hierarchical structure. So now if you want, you can merge them, or if you want, now how they have been made, how you create a data map by merging the different topics. So I'll just repeat that one, which we did last time for assembling the data. So that will give you a clear idea that how we go ahead and do it. So that is one video that we saw that day, but then I'll just play it again just to understand. So if you see on the screen, are you able to see different? So just watch it carefully. You'll understand what the concept is.
.com. Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to assemble content within a map. In another video, we show how to create Dita content and topics from scratch. You can find a link to that video in the description or visit easydita.com. Now in this video, we'll start by creating a new map. We'll then add existing topics to that map, and finally add additional elements to a map. Before we start, let's recap what a map is. A topic is a self-contained chunk of content. A map is a container for those topics. A map provides hierarchy and sequence for what would otherwise be a pile of individual topics. Maps are essential in order to get our written content into a helpful and published form. Now with all that said, let's build a map. When you open EasyDita, you start from the dashboard view. We'll begin by opening up the Authoring tab in the top right. From there, we can navigate to the folder where we want to create our first map. Once we are in a preferred folder, in the top left corner, select.
Okay, now here which you see, .data. Now this video is actually showing you that how we will merge all these topics to make it a single document. I hope the concept is clear.
Create new. Under the map type, select Default Map. Just like with the topics, we're going to give a title, a file name, and a file location. We can also add metadata or assign the map to a collection. We then click Create. We're going to take the individual topics that we've previously created and add them to this map. Click the Dock button to open up a map in the map editor. In the content library, navigate to the file you want to add to the map. Drag and drop the component from the file listing into the map editor. Since we're inserting a topic, select Topic Reference and then click Insert. Now select the task topic that we created and do the same action. You can also rearrange the order of your content by dragging and dropping. When dragging and dropping a topic, a line indicates where the topic will be added. Dropping the topic on another topic will show a green box. This green box means that this new topic will be added as the child of the one that's already in the map. To undo this, simply drag the child topic again until the line appears instead of the green box. In addition to new topics, you can also add other elements with ease. You can add a new element by right-clicking on an existing element and navigating down and inserting the element before or after the selected element. You can create a new element by hovering over Empty and selecting from the drop-down list. You can also select an existing element. This will bring up the File Picker menu, where you can select the element. Now we're going to select this newbie topic. Now you'll see it listed in the map editor. You can also remove an element from the right-click menu. If you want to add an element as a child element, right-click the element and select Append Element. From there, you can then add a new or select an existing element. We'll select the newbie topic again. Now, this element is added as a child element. Now, if you want to make changes to the whole map, you can do so with the Tools button at the top of the map editor. From here, you can edit the title of the map, or you can edit the source code of the map. And there we go. We've created a map and added new and existing content to it. Now, if we open the map from the File Picker view, we see all of the topics within a scrollable document. At this point, we have everything necessary for a publishable document. In future videos, we'll take a look at how to.
So if you see on the right hand side, this is the kind of a Word document, right? This is the editor of the topics. So once you create the hierarchy, it will automatically be in that form. I hope the concept is clear now. Yes, people?
How to reuse content, how to review content, and how to publish content, such as the map that we've.
Okay, now we will see that how we can reuse, because reuse is what is the main use of using data. So we are using structured data just to reuse the content. That is why this whole thing is done. Sometimes it looks very complicated, but when it comes to reuse, that is why it has been created in different blocks. So that is what is important to see, that how do we go ahead and reuse them. So let me play that as well for you. I hope it is visible, how to reuse.
Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to reuse our existing content in a variety of ways. We'll learn how to reuse large chunks of content, such as topics and maps, but we'll also explore more precise reuse applications, like conrefs with specific elements. Finally, we'll look at how to view all the link dependencies that exist within our system and see how EasyData makes managing reuse at scale possible. By the end of the video, you should understand the capabilities for reuse within your EasyData system and start finding exciting ways to leverage them. Reuse is one of the most powerful functions of DITA. Rather than copying and pasting, linking and reuse allows teams to build out their documentation with the best information without constantly rewriting. This saves incredible amounts of time and improves the quality and accuracy of the documentation. Now with that said, let's reuse some content. We're going to start with large-scale reuse, topics and maps. To learn how to create topics or construct a map, you can view our other videos. You'll find those linked in the description, or you can visit easydata.com. So first, to reuse a topic or a map, we'll navigate to the Demo folder, then to the Thunderbird docs, then to the Thunderbird folder, and now we'll select this Doc button. Now with our map on the left side, let's navigate to the file that we want to add. We're going to navigate over here to the Topics folder and select a topic from this list. Let's select the Components topic. Now we'll drag and drop that topic from the file listing into the map editor. This green line indicates where the topic will be dropped. If you drag it over another topic and you see a green box, this means that the item, once dropped, will be added as a child of the component already in the map. The Insert dialog will appear, and we select Topic Ref and Insert. Now you can follow those same steps to reuse a map. Now when you drag and drop, this time you'll see that you can select Map Ref instead of Topic Ref. Then click Insert. Now you'll see that the map is inserted into the hierarchy. When you reuse a map, it includes all of the elements that are within that map. Now let's get a little bit more precise. You can also reuse elements from one topic to another. This is called a content reference, or a conref. There are a few restrictions to conrefs. The elements that are being referenced must be similar. This means that you can't reuse a step in a paragraph. It must be referenced to and from a step element. Another restriction is that the conref element can only be referenced to an area where they are valid. You cannot edit content at the point of its incoming reference. If you want to edit the content, you must go to the source element from which it is being referenced. So now it's time to insert a content reference, or a conref. We're going to start by opening the user guide map and the introduction topic. Place your cursor where you want to insert the conref. Now we'll click on Reuse, this recycle logo up in the toolbar. Select Reuse, then Conref Content. Now click Select Content. We'll navigate and select the topic where our desired element is located. You can also use the search bar along the top when looking for a specific topic. Once you've found the right topic, select it and click Link Inside File. Now this will open up another view of the topic, and from there you can select the specific element that you want to insert. You'll notice this pop out specifying the element and a corresponding ID. This is to ensure that you are selecting the exact element that you want to include. In order to reuse the element, it must have an ID set. If you've not already provided an ID, you'll be prompted to create an ID for the element. You can leave the default name or give it a new one. Now we click Apply, and there we go. The element has been added. Now you'll notice that we can't edit this element right here in the topic. That's because this is a reference of the original. However, if we click on the element, we can select from these key features. We can select Edit Content. Now the original topic that we reference will pop up, and we can make our edit here. It's worth noting, when you make this update, the change will populate everywhere that the element is reused, not just this one instance. And now we see that the element is updated. EasyData doesn't just enable linking and reuse, but it also helps you manage these links at scale. As you reuse content, EasyData automatically updates the locations of reuse so that you can view link dependencies at any point. By viewing these dependencies, you see all the incoming and outgoing links to determine the files that are using it and the files that it is using. From the content library, you can right-click any file and select Links. The Links tab in the Resource Manager appears, with the incoming links visible. To view outgoing links, you can select the Outgoing Links tab. And to view all link dependencies, click All Dependencies. These dependencies are all the files that rely on this file. Now, this should give you a taste of the powerful capabilities of EasyData for structured content reuse. In the next video.
Okay, so did we get an idea, people? How do we reuse the content? I hope the point is clear now. Yes. Okay, you can, after the session, you can probably go through this Herito website. Therein, all the videos are given from the beginning. So you can start from creating the content and then, creating a map. So you will understand how this whole navigation is happening, right? Now, this whole steps are common for all the tools. So one of the tools was this one. The other tool is the XML Oxygen editor. So today, probably we'll talk about XML Oxygen because this is something which you will get it for 30 days trial version also. So you can actually download it on your system and you can try this one. Huh? So there are two open source data centers. One is Data and one is Dogbook. Now, Dogbook is basically a low budgeted as compared to Data. It will have less features than Data. It is only used when the organization is into publishing a book or a linear content. So Dogbook doesn't support a lot of hierarchy like the Data. Okay, so Data can support nested structures, complicated structures. However, in Dogbook, you will find a linear content. So that is why we use Dogbook for the low budget. So depending upon the kind of project you are working on, the organizations either use Dogbook or Data. I hope this point is clear. So today, basically, we will be talking about Oxygen XML, that how you can actually use Oxygen XML editor and prepare a Dogbook environment. All right. So the latest version, whatever you want, you can put it, but the features would remain the same. However, only some of the interface might change. Okay. So let me play this one.
Show you some of the useful features that you will find in Oxygen XML when editing DocBook documents in author mode. Let's start by creating a new DocBook article from one of Oxygen's predefined file templates. I can enter the word DocBook in the text field at the top of this dialog box, and it will filter the templates. I'm going to select the DocBook 5 article template, and I'll save it as docbooksample.xml. By default, the document is opened in the author visual editing mode, and it has some information already populated based upon that particular template. I don't need some of the pre-populated elements, so I want to delete them. There are several ways to do this, and it gives me an opportunity to start showing you some of Oxygen's most helpful features. So, to delete some of these elements I don't want, I can simply use the mouse to select them and use backspace or delete on the keyboard. Notice that Oxygen's automatic validation mechanism now reports an error. This feature helps you to always keep your documents valid in real time. Now I'm going to put the cursor inside the empty street element. Notice that Oxygen includes a breadcrumb at the top of the main editing panel that shows you the XML structure at your current location within the document. If you right-click an element on that breadcrumb, you are presented with a contextual menu, and in my case, I'll use it to delete the street element. The outline view is another helpful feature that helps you to see the document structure in a hierarchical tree. You can also right-click an element in this view to open the contextual menu, and for my purposes, I'm going to delete the author element along with its child elements. Notice that the outline view is continuously synchronized with the main editing panel. Now let's start editing the document by adding text for the title of the article and the first section. Next, let's add some styling to some content. I've decided that I want to bold the word Oxygen and italicize the name of the DocBook DDT, and I can do this by simply using toolbar buttons. Notice that there is a group of toolbar buttons that are specifically designed for DocBook related editing actions. Now suppose that I want to insert a new paragraph. There are two simple methods for inserting XML structure in author mode. I could once again use a toolbar button, or I can use the Content Completion Assistant that presents a list of proposals that may be inserted at the current location. To open the Content Completion Assistant, I simply press the Enter key. Notice that the first proposal in the list is New Para. That's because the Content Completion Assistant determined that it would be the most logical proposal at the current location within the document. Now I'm going to insert a new section, again using a toolbar action. This particular action is located in the Section drop-down menu. Let's demote this new section so that it's a subsection of the first section. Now I'm going to insert an image into that subsection. Again, there are several ways to do this. I can use a toolbar button, or I can simply drag the file from the project view and drop it into the document at the location where I want it. Similarly, I can also use copy and paste actions, and Oxygen's Smart Paste feature will determine the appropriate structure and location to keep the document valid. Notice how Oxygen saved me several steps by inserting the required child elements along with the parent element to make the docbook structure valid. Just for the sake of how it will look in the output, I'll promote this images section back to the way it was. Next, let's add another section. If I look at my current location in the breadcrumb, I see that the cursor is currently in the image data element, and I need to navigate back to the appropriate level in the XML structure. I can do this by using the arrow keys and watching the breadcrumb until it indicates that I've navigated back to the article element. This time I'm going to insert the new section using the Content Completion Assistant and also show you another helpful feature called a quick fix. After I insert the element, notice that the automatic validation reports another error. If I click the light bulb in the left vertical stripe, I have some quick fix proposals to choose from. I'll select the one that will insert a title element, and I'll insert a new paragraph, and now the document is valid again. In this new section, I'm going to add a variety of things to show you some other features. First, I'll insert a list and some list items. Of course, I can do this by simply using toolbar actions, but suppose the list items already existed in the document as paragraphs. I can easily convert these paragraphs to list items by selecting the paragraphs and then clicking the appropriate list item button on the toolbar. Next, let's sort the list items. I select the list and click the sort button on the toolbar. This opens a dialog box where you can choose some options for the sorting operation. Now suppose that I decided that the second list item should be its own list as a child of the first list item. I can select that list item and use the Tab key on the keyboard as a shortcut to demote it. Similarly, Shift-Tab promotes it. Next, I want to insert a cross-reference that links to a section at the beginning of the document. However, first I need to assign an ID to that section that I want the link to reference. There are several ways to do this. First, I can select the element, right-click anywhere in the main editing panel, and select Generate IDs. This generates a random ID for the currently selected element. Alternatively, I can select the element and use the Attributes view to assign an ID. You can also use the Alt-Enter keyboard shortcut to open an in-place attributes editor and assign it there. Now that the section has an ID, let's create the link. I highlight the text where I want the link and click the Link drop-down menu from the toolbar. Notice that there are several different types of links to choose from in this drop-down menu, but for my purposes, I want to select Cross-Reference Link. This opens a dialog box where I select the ID that I just assigned, and after clicking OK, the link is created, and notice that there is now a small link icon to the left of the linked text. I can click that link icon to test the cross-reference, and Oxygen will navigate to that reference. Now I'll insert a table into the document. I navigate to the end of the section and click the Insert Table button on the toolbar. This opens a dialog box that allows you to configure various options for the new table. I'll just choose to create a simple 4x4 cows table, and then I'll customize it after it's inserted. To customize the table, you can use actions that are available on the toolbar and in the contextual menu. And if you click the Call Specs option above the table, it expands a section where you can customize some column options such as width and alignment. Suppose that I want the first two header cells to be merged to accommodate a single phrase that's centered. I select the cells and use the Join action on the toolbar to merge them. Then I enter the phrase, and to change the alignment, I'll select Table Properties from the contextual menu, and in the resulting dialog box, I'll change the horizontal alignment to center. Now I'll configure the table in various ways using table editing actions and the options in Table Properties. Also, notice that you can hover outside the table to select entire rows or columns. Let's select a row and remove the row separator. Once the document is complete, it can easily be exported to various output formats, such as Web Help, PDF, or HTML, by using one of the built-in DocBook transformation scenarios. For the purposes of this video, I'll use a DocBook PDF transformation, and after I click Apply, Oxygen processes the transformation, and the result is automatically opened in my system's default PDF viewer. This concludes our demonstration, and as always,
Okay.
thanks for watching.
All right. So people, did we kind of get the idea how to use Oxygen XML editor? Yes. Okay. Any questions so far, people? Today we are covering Oxygen XML. So the first one that I have shown you is of DocBook. So have you understood any questions? Okay, now the same steps will be followed for making a data concept as well. So like we have done for DocBook, we'll be doing the similar steps for data. So this also we will go ahead and see so that we understand the concept. So let's see this one also. This one is for preparing data using Oxygen XML editor. Okay.
In this video demonstration, we will show you how easy it is to work with data documents in the author visual editing mode and present some of Oxygen's unique and useful data editing features. The visual data editor in Oxygen allows users with limited knowledge of XML to edit data documents in a manner that is similar to working with a regular word processing application. To demonstrate this, our use case requires that we add a new topic to an existing data documentation project of a mobile phone product. We'll use the author visual editing mode to create a new topic, edit it, and publish it in PDF and Web Help responsive formats. Our documentation project is organized in a data map that is currently opened in the Data Maps Manager view. We'll add our topic at the end of the first chapter. The goal of the topic is to present general information about a phone model, so we'll name it General Presentation. A whole set of data-specific actions are automatically added on the toolbar when the data file is opened in author mode. For example, there are actions for altering text appearance or for managing tables and lists. At the beginning of the topic, we need a section to list a series of the most common phone buttons. We'll delete the empty paragraph element, then we insert a new section. The newly added section displays two empty placeholders for a section title and the first paragraph. Now we need a table to present the button names and descriptions. We do not want to have a title for our table. Now we set the number of rows and columns and the fixed column layout. We do not want any cell borders, so we set the row and column separators to 0. The first two columns contain the button icon and name, so we can just join the first two table header cells. The last column describes the button's function. Now, we insert an image representing the button's icon. Now we insert the button name and apply an italic styling. The last column is probably not wide enough to accommodate the content, so we adjust it a bit. Since the button may perform multiple functions, we'll use an unordered list. For the second function, we'll insert a new list item. Similarly, we'll add other button descriptions. We just realized that we need an extra row, so we click the Insert Row button, then add the description of another button. We are not happy with the column widths, so we'll adjust them by simply dragging the column borders. Also, we want to change the row's order. To do this, select the entire row, then drag it to its new position. In the next section, we want to include some basic technical specifications. We already have the content written in an HTML page, so we'll copy it from there and paste it in our topic. Notice that the Oxygen Smart Paste capability preserves the content styling. Moving on, we'll add a new section that presents the phone's available colors. We already have a description of the available colors written in another topic, so we'll use dira-conref mechanism to reuse content from that topic. The referenced content is displayed with a darker background to indicate that it is not editable in this context. The link takes you to the document where the content is stored. At the end of the topic, we want to add a link to the phone's website. We just use the web link action to insert the link. Now we'll add an image that shows the phone's color choices. This time, we'll just drag the image from a file browser and drop it into our document. Now we want to publish the document in PDF format. Oxygen XML comes with ready-to-use transformation scenarios, and with just a few clicks, we can obtain a published output. The generated PDF file has a table of contents with bookmarks to all the chapters and sections. And here is our general presentation topic that we have just edited. At the end of the demonstration, we also want to publish our documentation project into a Web Help responsive format. Again, we invoke the Configure Transformation Scenario action in the Data Maps Manager view and choose the Web Help responsive transformation. We'll use one of the predefined skins. And this is how the Web Help responsive output looks like. And this concludes our demonstration.
Okay, so people, did you understand how this data topics were created using Oxygen? All right, so I just wanted to, I'll be sending the links, but just have a look. What are the different videos that you can refer to? So one is, I hope the screen is visible. Then you can create a task. Okay, this one, create a task. So same things, just that there will be different functionalities. Then you can also create a reference topic. Okay, so you can create a task, you can create a reference, you can create a concept. Okay, so all these three things can be created. And then you have certain features how you can convert the data topics. So this video also I'll be sharing with you. Okay. Then we have for the Adobe FrameMaker. I hope you people remember, this one I have already sent. So this is how you will see. So now if you will watch it, you will understand. So Adobe FrameMaker, the very first video that you see is about getting started. So here, if you see, you will find all this. So you can create a topic, you can create a task, you can create a concept, you can create a reference, and then you can also create a map, right? A data map. So this is how the data environment looks in FrameMaker. Okay, so this is the first video that you can refer to. Then probably the second one is about your structured concept. So this is about the concept, how it works. So how the structured video looks like. I mean, the structured content looks like using the concept. Okay. Then the third one is about the content. Okay, so here you will find out about the topic elements. Now, when you will watch it, you will better understand, because now you know the concept behind the data, right? And then finally, you will have this one, concept elements. So again, a little more about elements. And then finally, enhancing your, so there could be some metadata that you can attach. So that is also shown here in this video. So there are total, I think, 5 videos for Adobe FrameMaker. Now, if you will go through them, you will understand. Okay. And I'll be sharing with you the easy data videos as well. So all of them have the same, these things, the steps will be same, just that you have to go through them. Now, I hope you remember, we have discussed about the brochure. Remember? Do we remember what brochure is? So one or 2 page document which we see. And if you remember, in the technical documents, we kind of saw that what is the difference between a brochure and a user guide. Remember? So in user guide, we give the entire process. It's a big book wherein you will have all the process, you will have different chapters on introduction and everything. Whereas brochure, it's more for a a promotional thing, right? It's like a flyer or a pamphlet wherein you can promote the product. I hope we remember that. Yeah.